Good morning and be very welcome to today's edition of Mexico News Network's The Travel Insider. My name is Sofia Rattinger and joining me is financial advisor Elliot Bullman. Mr. Elliot, how are you?
I'm great, Sofia. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
And welcome everybody to today's show. We've got great news coming up for you today. Stay tuned and follow us on our social networks on Google+, Twitter and Facebook. And also follow us on our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show.
Many millennials today are entering their peak earning years and gaining more affluence at unprecedented rates. Nearly 1/4 of U.S. adults making an annual household income for more than $500,000 are millennials. This means that brands looking to make a splash within the millennial audience need to stop thinking of this generation as college students playing beer pong in the basement and instead recognize the significant spending power that this group wields, especially in the luxury travel industry.
That's right, Sophia. And you know what? For brands in the travel industry, this is great news. What's even better is that millennials agree that traveling and seeing the world is an intricate part of their lives, with 78% of them choosing to splurge on experiences over things. There's also 23% more interested in going abroad than older generations and make up 20% of all international tourists. According to the United Nations, 200,000 million millennial tourists generate more than 180 billion in annual tourism revenue, an increase of nearly 30% since 2007.
Travel is a passion worth paying for. The majority of affluent travelers would rather have a luxury experience than a luxury item. For affluents, travel is about having one-of-a-kind experiences, where the ultimate souvenirs are the lasting memories of time well spent. But what does this mean? Not only for the tourism industry, but for all.
According to new research from Rocket Fuel, the time period before a consumer takes a trip is an ideal time to target them with retail advertisements due to a higher likelihood that they'll convert. Luxury travelers are 59% more likely than those who do not have a trip booked to make a retail purchase. With luxury guests booking their trips an average of 53 days in advance, marketers have a significant amount of time to reach them before they depart. According to the study, luxury travelers made up to 18 purchases prior to a trip at an average spend per purchase of $184.55.
Armed with this data, luxury advertisers and brands can develop ad campaigns targeted at travelers from the moment they book their vacations, knowing that during the period between booking and vacation, these consumers are predisposed to make more purchases. For its A Tale of Two Travelers report, Rocket Fuel used data and responses from campaigns run by multiple advertisers from April 1st through November 30, 2014, to identify luxury and non-luxury travelers.
Yeah, and they've tracked the 1.2 million conversions of these 240,000 unique travelers from the time of booking to the time of their trip. They concluded that while non-luxury travelers book an average of 23 days before their trip, luxury bookers lock down their rooms 53 days in advance, with a median of 29 days. And here's a little comparison. A median luxury booking is $507 to non-luxuries $127. 47% of luxury travelers book a room with a king-size bed, with 38% booking other types, such as suites.
Well, Anelia, did you know that you were saying that according to the United Nations, millennial tourists generate $180 billion, billion in annual tourism events?
I mean, it's massive, Sophie. I mean, this is an incredible market. And, you know, one of the things that millennials love most about Mexico, they come to places like Mexico City and Tijuana. They love the street food here, right? And and the artisanal drinks, you know, they drink like this new Mexican craft beer, right? Well, we love it too, right? So Mexican beer brewed with cactus. This is a new one on me. I've got to try that. How is it?
Well, I think I haven't tried that. I haven't tried that.
Something new for us to try every day here. So.
Okay. Now then, in the additional time luxury travelers give themselves before leaving, they make up to 18 purchases to non-luxury travelers' maximum of 4 buys. Now, we know this benefits commerce, but what does this mean specifically for the tourism industry?
Well, the knowledge that hotel travelers book well in advance, combined with Rocket Fuel's insights on purchases that are made from booking to departure, affords hotel brands the ability to target and upsell these travelers with ancillary products and services, including room upgrades, golf tee times, excursions, dinner and spa reservations.
Luxury travelers are apt to use digital means to book, opening up opportunities for other marketers to reach them during the planning process.
52% of luxury travelers say they're likely to book a trip on a smartphone within the next year, compared to the average 29% across all segments of travelers, according to a report by Expedia Media Solutions and Comscore.
Even with the proliferation of mobile usage, travel brands can discount other forms of digital marketing, including desktop websites and placement on publications. This is especially true for luxury consumers, who use the most number of types of resources to make their plans.
All in all, affluent millennial travelers and luxury travel consumers are both looking for luxury accommodations with great amenities. They also want personalized touches that make each trip unique and memorable. Something as simple as a handwritten note can go a long way.
And we have to say the luxury travelers are using these platforms to book their vacations. I mean, and the advertising in those websites, it is so important. Well, the advertising is very important in those websites.
Yeah, absolutely. I think to get it right across multiple platforms, knowing whether it's a smartphone or a laptop or how they're going to engage with that audience, I mean, and do it through the entire planning process, that's kind of quite difficult and challenging for the advertiser.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, for luxury travel that exceeds expectations, it's hard to beat Mexico. Here, the discerning traveler doesn't have to look far to find true luxury five-star resorts competing with the world's best. The excellent golf courses are perfectly groomed and in dramatic locations. The adventure activities are organized and the service is often top-notch.
Yeah, while Mexico certainly has its share of problems, especially in the border areas, the infrastructure is good and the food and service are consistently of a high quality.
Many Americans, Europeans, and Canadians are familiar with Mexico, but too often they have only sampled desserts and have forgone the rest of the meal. Yes, Mexico has some stunning beaches around Cancun, Los Cabos, and Puerto Vallarta, but there are 1,000 reasons to venture beyond those short-hop vacation wonderlands. Oh,
yeah, and even though people are increasingly interested in alternative travel, they're not ready to forfeit the luxury amenities that come along with a high-end hotel stay. Despite the rising popularity of home-sharing sites such as HomeAway and Airbnb, 75% of affluents prefer staying in a hotel due to their high expectations for service, amenities, and the reputation of the hotelier.
Mexican luxury hotels and resorts at the top of the end of the scale are truly some of the best in the world. They often exceed the quality of hotels north of the border, especially when it comes to personal service and attention. Besides delivering a lot of amenities for the money and killer views on the coast, the best five-star hotels and beach resorts in Mexico are often a visual delight, incorporating Spanish colonial design elements with a strong dose of color and whimsy.
Mexico has the widest variety of high-end lodging options in Latin America, from hip boutique hotels in cities to sprawling luxury beach resorts with private villa pools and a personal butler on call. Then there are the converted hacienda hotels and historic mansions that have been transformed into stunning bed and breakfasts. In the true five-star luxury hotels in Mexico, it's more common to be delightfully surprised than disappointed.
And I have to say that my top recommendation of luxury hotels here in Cancun and the Riviera Maya, I think it has to be Casitas, Dorado Casitas.
Oh.
Yes, or El Dorado Royal.
Yeah.
Or now we have the Palafitos.
Oh, they're all
It's
amazing.
very, very luxury.
Yeah, if you haven't tried Palafitos yet, it's just paradise on earth. All the reviews so far well justified.
And they really have all the services, really.
I like the
You
idea
have
of
the butler services,
Oh,
the service,
man.
I'm sorry.
That's better.
Yes. Everything that you want at any time, like maybe 3 in the morning or I don't know.
Give me the luxury over those,
Oh,
more
yeah.
modest accommodations.
Well, yes, Elliot. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. It was a pleasure. My name is Sofia Rattinger.
And I'm Elliot Bullman. Thanks for joining us. Remember to follow us on all our social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and on our website, MexicoNewsNetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Until next time.